Hey photographers, have you ever taken a photo that turned out blurry or not sharp, even though you thought you had focused correctly? Or maybe you've wondered why some parts of your photo are in focus while others are not. Well, the answer could be related to depth of field. Depth of field refers to the range of distance in a photo that appears sharp and in focus, or said another way, how much of the foreground and the background is in focus in your photo. Depth of field is influenced by a few factors, including your aperture and the focal length of your lens. But one factor that many beginners overlook is distance. Here's how distance impacts your depth of field. The closer your subject is to the camera, the shallower your depth of field will be. So this means that if you're shooting a portrait up close, only a small part of your subject or their face might be in focus, while the background or other parts of their body are blurry. And on the other hand, if your subject is farther away from the camera, the depth of field will be deeper, meaning more of the scene, more of the subject will be in focus. Let's take a look at an example. Both of these images were taken at aperture f1.8 on a 50mm lens. In the first photo, Mom is soft. In the second photo, she's sharp. But why? This is an example of how distance impacts your aperture. In the second picture, I stepped back several feet, which also widened my focal plane. And with the wider focal plane, I was able to keep my aperture at f1.8 and get everybody in focus. So what can you do with this knowledge? Well, if you're wanting to create a photo with a shallow depth of field, and you don't want to change your aperture, you can move closer to your subject. Or if you want to create a deeper depth of field, you can step back and shoot from a distance. And of course, this is just a general rule. And as we said before, depth of field will also depend on other factors like your aperture and focal length. But understanding how distance also impacts depth of field is an important step in improving your skills and help you create better photos. So there you have it. Brief explanation on how distance will impact the depth of field in your photography. We hope this is helpful. And if you have any questions or comments, we'd love for you to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.